Just because we're twins doesn't mean that we're always perfect and always loving and always best friends. You know, I think the fact that we do have problems and we do fight and we do just have natural relationship problems is something that a lot of people don't think about when they always tell me, you know, I wish I had a twin, I wish I had this perfect partner to always be with me. Primary school and intermediate school, I would try and fight really hard to be a different person. It's easier for them to see me as a twin because we have the same last name, we do similar things. It's just easier for them to just bundle us up into one little easy to classify package. Just because we're twins and we're 2 minutes apart doesn't mean that we're supernatural creatures. I just feel like it's a lot easier for people to instantly compare us if we look similar, and so that's why I try to look different. Because it just gives people the chance to, you know, just call us the twins, or it gives them a chance to not value me as my own individual person. It just makes me feel like half a person rather than the whole person, which I should be. If I put my makeup on that day and someone comments on, oh wow, you look a lot like Shani that day, then it makes me feel like I'm not presenting myself anymore. It feels like I'm presenting Shani. We wanted something that was just for us, and colours was a really easy way for us to do it. We also dress really differently and wear our makeup quite differently. Shani wore blue, purple, all the cooler tones and green and all that stuff, and then I wore red and yellow and pink and all those colours, and I kind of think it stuck because my room's red and Shani's room is blue, so that's pretty much as opposite as it can get. Always concerning how society views you and how other people are going to react to you has definitely been a struggle, and always in the back of your mind when choosing what you want to look like. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I never, you know, consistently want to be the same or want to be different from Shani. It's always just like in that moment, you know, is she wearing eyeliner? Should I wear eyeliner? Or is she wearing Vans? Should I wear Chucks? It's just because we always work really hard to be our own people. When you see those, you know, twins, they're so dependent on each other, it makes me really sad because, you know, there is a life outside of this other person. If someone's really irritated that you've got a more impressive older brother or sister and just constantly being reminded that you're not that impressive person, you have to try and be your own person and live your own life without clinging on to someone else.
I think with twins it can be very easy for people to just assume you're the same person, like especially with identical twins. Like I know like 3 sets of identical twins and they can get mixed up very easily, and I think it's important for them to have separate identities so that they kind of know who they are. It's like they're similar in so many ways but different in so many ways at the same time.
Basically due to the form classes we had, and it's just been easier to be friends with them.
They like kind of distinguish each other through hanging out with different friends that do different things. That way they kind of have their own personal different identity. I feel like from personal experience, I know when I've called Shani Celine or yelled after like one of them and said the wrong name, they've both been quite annoyed. People take it as a joke, but they definitely think that it annoys them deep down. They want to be identified as 2 separate people and not just Celine and Shani as twins.
I think there's more maybe to prove as a twin to try and separate yourself from your twin, but I think identity is something that all teenagers have to deal with, and it's important to everyone.
It is instances of empathy between us because we both know where each of us are coming from, and we can both share in that feeling of just misidentification. And it's just hard when people join your achievements. That's the hardest bit, is when people say Celine and Shani Human did this. When I'm my own person, I did my own work, I don't need to be belittled by just being joined together with someone, because we both worked really hard and we both did our own work. It's just disrespectful and demeaning if you're trying to think of me as just a twin rather than as a person, which I am. Being so close to someone for such a long period of time and knowing so many things about that person, you can't help but be close to them. I would say that if you go into a new place, you've got a built-in best friend.